Okay, y'all, I'm gonna keep this short. I bought a family pack of it's like a 6 pound pack of country style ribs, and I took half the pack out and I cut them into bite-sized pieces, and then I cut them into chunks, and then I cut them in half again. I did this on my private Facebook group live so everybody could see it. 'Cause I can't do everything for YouTube. I got to give them some time as well. And then after I cut it up into small pieces, I took it and I put it in this skillet here, and I fried it up, and I rendered some of the fat out of the meat. And then after I rendered some of the fat out of the meat, it only took about 4 or 5 minutes to do it. I took it out of this skillet and I put just the meat inside the crock pot only. And then I took that extra sauce and fat and a half a stick of butter that was left over, and I dumped in a full bottle of the Primal Ranch avocado oil dressing, and then I dumped in a half a bottle of the hot buffalo sauce. And then I rendered that down, or I heated it up for quite a while until all the sauce came together. And then once I got all the sauce together, I went ahead and dumped it over top of the rib tips or the rib bites in the pan. And now I just put them in here, and I'm gonna let them slow cook for about 3 or 4 hours in that sauce that's down in the bottom. And then we'll come back later and we'll see what it looks like and tastes like. What I'm gonna end up doing here in a little bit is I'm gonna make this 3 pound tomahawk ribeye. And I'm going to show you guys how I cook and prepare this. It's still a little bit different than a regular ribeye because of how big it is. So it takes a really long time to prepare it if you don't do it the way I'm going to do it. Anyhow, I'm really hoping this turns out very, very, very good. And we'll be back, basically. And I'll let you all know how it tastes. But this is how I make my Buffalo Ranch, basically rib tips, and kind of like the meatball style where people dump all the barbecue sauce all over it and it's got all the sugar in it. This way you don't get all the barbecue sauce. It's just buffalo ranch rib, country ribs cut down into bite-sized pieces, fry it up in the skillet, save the fat that's left over, put the meat in the crock pot, dump all your sauces in with the fat that's in the skillet and put a half a stick of butter in it. Bring it to a simmer, let it simmer for 2 or 3 minutes, and then just dump that stuff right on top of the rib tips and just let it cook. Come back in a few hours. Party pleaser. Yum yum in my tum tum. Y'all be blessed. Happy New Year.